know that a lot of people are working from home right now. I'm currently doing the same thing and homeschooling. It's only 4 in the afternoon right now and I'm absolutely exhausted and my day is not over and I still have to make food to eat. So I'm going to do this quick flow. I invite you to join me if you need something quick to uplift you for today. We're going to start lying, you won't need any props by the way. And we're going to start lying down on our stomachs. Taking the front of the body to the mat. Stacking the hands on top of each other. I invite you to bring one cheek to the mat or maybe a forehead. Pressing the stomach into the mat with every inhale. And exhale, soften the shoulders. Your next inhale, bring the inhale into the belly, press down. Take the inhale up into the chest, pressing the chest into the mat. And softening everything back downwards. Setting an intention for your practice today, although it may be quick. This intention is a commitment to yourself and to this moment. Bending at the knees, face the soles of the feet to the ceiling. Begin to windshield wipe the knees side to side, massaging the fronts of the hips. Bring the legs to center, tops of the feet on the mat. Lifting the gaze, take the right arm underneath the left armpit, palm facing the ceiling for thread the needle. Come down onto the right shoulder and the right side of the face. You can elongate the left arm above the head, or keep it in the gaze, yogi's choice. Bring the left hand into the gaze, press down, release the right arm to switch sides. Left underneath the right, rolling towards the bicep part of the arm, left shoulder down, left cheek down. Press a little more into the top of the left hand, expanding the space behind the shoulder blade. Right hand into the gaze, press down, releasing to Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulders, arms are to an 11. Use the hands like they're opening jars towards one another. Reaching the crown of the head to the ceiling and squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you press into the elbows, elongating this space along the sides of the neck to the shoulders, combing through there with the breath. On your next exhale, tuck the chin, roll the head down. Press down, lift up on an inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, offer the crown of the head to the mat. Roll it up. Last one, tuck the chin, roll the head down, letting it hang heavy like a bowling ball. Sliding the hands underneath the shoulders, chest to the ground. Find a tug from the hands to the hips, press down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale to descend. Inhale, elbows in, cobra. Exhale it back down. Tuck the toes, press yourself into downward facing dog. Press the hands down and away as you bring weight into the thumbs and the pinky side of the hand. Walking your dog a bit here. And to lift in both heels, spread the feet a little wider if they're close together. Bring them about hips distance. Drop the heels over to one side. Press into the left hand as you pull back with the left hip. Come into center, press into the right hand. Switch sides, heels over to the left. Letting the head just hang down here. Push into the left hand, feet into center. Walk the hands towards the feet. Lift the tailbone high as you do so and bend the knees. Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of the mat. Roll up like a zombie, stacking the vertebra one at a time. Inhale arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, belly to thighs. Roll up, rise up on an inhale, fingertips to ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, hands to shins. Look in front of you, forward fold. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Shoulders are back. Plant the hands, walk them into downward facing dog. Push down and away as you lift the tailbone up, elongating in both sides of the body. Taking the left heel up to the ceiling, bend at the knee and stack the hips to open the inner right thigh. As you press into the left hand, pull the left knee to the back of the mat, flex the left foot, press the heel behind you. I invite you to stay here in stillness or create some movement and heat by making some circles in one direction. And switching your direction. Place the left foot on the mat. Right leg's turn, heel up, toes down, bend at the knee, open up the hip. Squaring the chest to the mat, pull the right knee back, and then the right foot behind. Activating the right glute. Creating some movement here, circles in one direction. Circles in the other direction. Plant the right foot, downward facing dog. Look between the thumbs, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, step out, float, Uttanasana, forward fold at the front of the mat. Halfway up, inhale, look. Exhale, down, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms high, mild standing back bend, lift through the center of the chest, forward fold. Halfway up, hands to shins, press back to lean forward in the chest, plant the hands, plank pose. In your plank pose, spine is up and through the shoulder blades, root the palms. Activate the inner thighs together. Articulating the spine like it's a wave. Lift the tailbone up as you press into the thumb mounds. Downward facing dog. Now roll the spine forward like a cat pose. Look in front of you last. Lift the spine, spinal wave back. Spinal wave forward. Downward facing dog, lift the tailbone up. Deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the hands to the feet. Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of the mat. Your next inhale will bring you halfway up. Long space between the neck and the shoulders. Uttanasana, forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands back. Ooh, let's come halfway up. Inhale. Exhale. Walk the hands forward. Plank pose. Shift the hips forward and down. Look in front of you. You may drop the knees if you would like to. Tug the hands towards the hips, elbows back, chaturanga. Hold. Squeeze the elbows in. Keep breathing. Squeeze the glutes. Press into plank pose. Hips high, downward facing dog. Left heel is up. We're going to do spider walks. So with the heel up to the ceiling, toes flex down. Rotate the pelvis open so the inner left thigh faces the mat and the foot is facing away from you like a dog in his favorite fire hydrant. Or tree, yeah. Take the left foot in front of the right foot on the mat. You may bend the knee generously here. Switch sides, right heel up. Take it to the side. Open the inner right thigh. Bend at the knee, right foot in front of left. Make these big semicircles with the legs. One at a time, walking it forward. You can bend or lengthen. Uttanasana, forward fold at the front. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale to standing back bend. Biceps to ears. Activate the glutes. Lift in the chest. Pause. Press into the heels a little more. Your next exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Crunch the ribs down and in. Halfway up. Plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for up dog, pausing here. Activating the tops of the feet to the mat so the quads work a bit. Just like your Sphinx pose, shoulders down, elongating through the neck, pull the head to the ceiling. One last breath, expand in the belly. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Widen the feet in your downward facing dog. Soften at the knees, walk the hands to a semi-wide-legged forward fold at the back of the mat. As you lift the gaze, take the heels in, toes slightly out. Malasana Yogi squat, hips down, hands to heart center. You can lift in the heels here. We won't be here for super long for now. Gaze up. Inhale the heart to the thumbs. And hands down, heels back out in line with the middle toes, forward fold. Lift the gaze, heels in, hips down, Malasana. Knees activate behind you, plant the hands, heels out, Uttanasana. Or wide-legged forward fold, heels in. Malasana, hips down. Press the knees behind, lift the tailbone back and up a little bit, so you're not sinking into the low back here. The left hand goes in front of the left shin. Pull and reach long. Inhale, right arm to the ceiling. Keep that right knee activating behind you. Pulling energy through both. Squeeze right shoulder blade to the spine. Bring the hands both to heart center. Inhale the heart space into the thumbs. And exhale, switch sides. Right hand reaches over in front of the right shin, left arm to the ceiling. Sun shining the arms upwards. If you find that the right shoulder is towards the right ear, pull the right shoulder down. Elongate through the left side of the neck. Hands to heart center, inhale. And plant the hands, walk them forward, lift the heels, downward facing dog. Take the right shin to the front of the mat. Tilt over onto the right hip, let the hands support you as you come to this space. The front shin is going to line up with the front edge of the mat, creating a 90-degree angle with the ankle, knee, and the hip. Taking that left hamstring, hug the left knee in line with the left hip. 90-degree angle from the ankle, knee, and hip, 90-90s. Press downwards in all points of contact on the mat. Squaring the shoulders to the front shin. It's okay if this left hip is lifted. Forward fold. Root into the palms, energize the chest upwards on your inhale. And exhale, take the center of the chest to the right knee and walk it over to the side. So pressing into the left knee. Press down, inhale up, exhale, left hand behind you, soften the left hip to the mat as you square the shoulders to the left knee. Now you may stay here or you can come back onto your forearms, just as you would in a hero's pose. I will say, keep the press of the knees downwards. If you begin to tilt back and the knee lifts, that's your cue to come back up. Walk the hands in towards the mat, shoulders over the hips. Grab onto the left hamstring with the left hand and bicep curl that leg up and over the right thigh. Scooching both sits bones onto the mat, adjusting the feet and the knees as necessary. If this feels gnarly on your hips, you can elongate this bottom leg to the front of the mat. It's going to be the same thing either way. I'm actually going to leave mine there, yeah. Inhale the left hand behind you, right fingertips to the ceiling, press both ways. Exhale, elbow to the left, Ardha Matsyendrasana twist. If you're sinking back into the hand, let it push down to lift you back into alignment. Unravel, gaze first, shoulders, ribs, hands behind you. If this bottom leg is bent, elongate the leg. Hands behind you. Keep the legs as is. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Flex the left toes, seated pigeon. If you'd like to keep it on the mat, you can keep it on the mat. Figure 4 or knee into chest, but whichever you choose. The hands are here to press down and puff up in the chest, releasing any pressure in the low back. Elongate the right leg, release the left foot. Feet in line with the hips, press down into the big toes, fingers face the hips. Upward table, hips high. You can drop the head back if it's alright for the neck. Sink the hips back downwards, gaze in front. Switching the sides, left shin parallel to the front edge of the mat, so it's going to be in line with it. Setting up your 90 degrees there, then the right knee, setting it up there. You don't have to press the right foot super far back where you feel a big stretch in the right hip. You can stay in line and or a little forwards if that's more comfortable. Square the shoulders to the front, shin press down, lean into it. As you do this, press the left hip down and behind you, reaching the center of the chest in front of you. Push and always rise up. Center of the chest squares to the left knee, bow it over this way. Press down, lift up in the chest. Right hand rainbows up and behind you, opening the chest to the right knee, staying here. And or coming onto the forearms to open up a little more on the right hip. Push into the hands, lift yourself up if you're on your elbows. Come back onto the left hip. Right hand to the right hamstring, bicep curl that baby up and over the left thigh. Wiggle in both hips onto the mat. Bringing the knees to stack over one another-ish. And take the left leg long on the mat if it feels better for the hips there. Right hand behind you, right inner thigh towards the belly button. Inhale, left hand to the ceiling. Exhale, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Elbow to the outside of the right thigh. If it feels better to hug the right leg in towards the body, hug it in. Wherever you're at though, with every exhale, belly button to spine, grow the twist by opening the ribs, the right collarbone, the right shoulder blade, and then the gaze. Gaze in front, unravel the twist. Hands behind you, fingertips face the hips. As you lean back onto the hips, take the left foot long on the mat. Figure 4, right knee away from the face, ankle on top of the thigh. Bend at the left knee, plant the sole of the foot on the mat. If you need more, you can walk the foot in more. But if you lean in more, how does that feel on the low back? Does it round here? If you press into the hands and lift the chest, is that like, that's my edge, I'm going to pull away. And pull away, okay? Find something that will wake you up, but nothing that'll leave you crippled. Yeah. One last breath here. Elongate the left leg, right leg's long on the mat. Take the big toes together. You can take upward table here if you would want to, but we're going to take upward plank Parivartanasana. Press into the heels and the hands. Activate the glutes slightly and the low back slightly. Reach the center of the chest to the chin and drop the head back if it feels okay for the neck. Flex the toes, take the hips to the mat. Tuck the chin, stack the spine using the hands. Finding easy pose, one ankle in front of the other on your mat. Doesn't matter which. Rooting down the hips. You may sit on something to elevate the hips just below the sits bones, not the whole ass, half ass. And on an inhale, reach up and overhead. Exhale to cactus, pull elbows back and down. 2 more. Gather on an inhale. Open on an exhale. Last one, inhale, arm up. Exhale to cactus. Plant the hands by the hips. Right hand reaches behind you to hold onto the left arm. You can hold onto whichever part too, the bicep, the elbow, the forearm, whichever one's accessible. Lift the crown of the head to the ceiling, giving yourself a slight double chin here. Bring the left hand in front of the thigh, the calf, the shin or the ankle, whichever one's most accessible, and grab onto it. Find a tug from the leg to the body. Inhale up, and exhale, twist on over towards the right. Keeping a good grip with both hands. Taking the belly button to the spine, press the bottom of the rib cage back just slightly so as not to back bend here. Release the leg. Spiral the chest in front of you. Release the arms. Taking the left hand behind you, holding onto the right arm. Left hand up and over to the inside thigh, calf or foot. Hold the legs in towards the body. Reach up on an inhale, exhale to twist, open up the chest to the left. Guiding the right elbow down towards the mat, or the left elbow down towards the mat, and then behind you. Elongating in all ways. Release the legs, square the chest, release the hands. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hold the hands in front of you, tuck the chin as you pull the hands away from the body. Spine pulls behind you through the shoulder blades. Staying here, volleyballing the arms up and down. Inhale, arms open for a hug. Never mind your Oprah. Clasp the hands at the low back, pull down, lift through the center of the chest. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll the head to one shoulder. Inhale the head back. Exhale it over to the left and forward. Like you're drawing a circle at the top of the head. Switching directions. Exhale down to the left. Inhale, head back. Release the hands. Placing the hands to the nape of the neck and using your fingers to massage up and down. You can hold on to the top of the back of the head and run the thumbs up the side of the neck. Taking the thumbs to the occipital ridge just below the skull, you'll feel this bony W-like feeling and make light, gentle circles here. Reaching it all the way behind the ears and back. Clasping the hands, the back of the head. Use the thumbs to elongate the neck and head upwards. And lift the chest, pull the elbows up and behind you. Opening up the chest. With every inhale, pull the neck long. Every exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Let the head rest on the palms. keeping the chin parallel to the mat, spine into neutral. Placing the top of the hands on the knees. Taking a moment to notice the energy you have stirred up in the body, the heat, the circulation, the breath in the muscles. Listening to the hum of your life within. Revisiting your intention. How the intention has not only radiated throughout the body and the breath, but it's also radiating outwards, externally into your daily life, so as you may move with more energy, with more mindfulness. Bringing the hands to heart center, bow the chin down to honor the practice. Receiving gratitude for me for showing up on the mat today. Namaste.